Speaking of ballless, gutless pricks, Vince Russo. Hello, Vince. The ballless, gutless prick. Do you know how he quit the WWF? Do you know that story? He waits. See, he was running a video store before Vince let him write for the magazine.
And he did John Arezzi.
And he did John Arezzi's radio show, and then they split up because Vince wanted to work with Vince, and too many Vinces. Russo wanted to work with McMahon, and Arezzi didn't, and Arezzi's weird in his own way, and whatever that fucking deal was. But
actually, Vince Russo wrote me off for money, so.
Well, as you know, I'm sure he did, because he's a goddamn crooked, heinous piece of shit human being. Russo, all of a sudden, now he's writing for the magazine. He can't spell. He can't write. He can't speak English. You know, get in the Brooklyn or the Bronx or whatever the fuck. But I'm looking at the guy's pad. He can't spell. Okay. You know, it's not like he's a goddamn Rhodes Scholar, and I'm a spelling freak because language is, you know, I say fuck a lot, but you know, it's language. So does George Carlin. I just saw him in the Poconos. He says fuck all the time. Anyway, so he's writing for the magazine, and then he insinuates himself. He has good ideas, and he has good ideas at a time when they need good ideas. And you know, I'm not saying he's never had any good ideas, but you know what the problem is? The problem is all the good ideas he's ever had was from watching the goddamn cheap-ass B-movies that he used to rent in his goddamn loser video store. He doesn't know anything about wrestling. That's why when you hear ding, 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 immediately followed 60 seconds later by ding, 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 keep the match as short as possible, because when that bell rings, Vince Russo is lost. Vince Russo is a babe in the woods. Vince Russo is a deer caught in the headlights as long as there's a wrestling match going on. As long as he can make it a phony B-movie script or some goddamn an outhouse in the ring or women having miscarriages or something in some kind of bad taste that appeals to his New York bullshit attitude. That's what Vince Russo wants to do. So get the wrestling matches out of it, because nobody wants to see that shit anyway. That's been proven in WCW, where they don't have wrestling matches anymore because all the guys are doing it. I watched Thunder the other night because I happened to be stuck in a hotel room. I saw Lance Storm falling around like a drunk man. When you can make that guy uncoordinated, you can do it to anybody. So the point is, Russo insinuates himself in, and then all of a sudden Russo discovers the one true talent that he has. Vince Russo discovers his calling in life. Vince Russo's one true talent is to believably lie and say that he's qualified to do something when he's not. Vince Russo then disregards the fact that he had a network-quality television production facility making his meaningless jabble sound like it actually meant something. The best announcer in the business, Jim Ross, to explain it, who he tried desperately with every ounce of energy in his body to keep off television, that he was too Southern, that he was afflicted, that he had Bell's palsy, that people didn't want to look at him. And every time Jared walked down the ramp, he'd get a standing ovation from the people who respected what he fucking did because he was good. And they will never respect Vince Russo because he's got buggy whip arms and fucking big fucking eyes, and goddamn, he looks like a goof because he is a goof, because he fucking walks out there like he's goddamn King Kong to the Road Warrior music. And he thinks he's over because he goes to Long Island, and he's his triumphant return like he's Luke Gehrig at the fucking stadium. And everybody goes, who's this fucking buggy whip-armed motherfucker? He couldn't stand that JR was over because he didn't like Southern people. He didn't like Bell's palsy people. I don't know. Maybe he don't like handicapped people. I don't know. He didn't like JR because JR would tell him when he was full of shit. And so would I. And he didn't like me either because I want to do wrestling. Well, goddamn, it's the World Wrestling Federation. Why don't we put a little wrestling in there, Vince Russo? Every once in a while. What do you want to do? Fucking Holiday on Ice with chimpanzees? As a matter of fact, I'll probably give him his next pay-per-view. So then, he slowly plays to the internet fans. Because, see, Russo, since he probably has a small penis, and since he knows that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, has to have positive feedback and reinforcement to make his ego grow. So he doesn't want to sell the buildings out. He don't want to fucking have a great television show. He don't want to produce a product he can be proud of. Wow, that was a classic match between two excellent athletes or fucking great performers. He wants to do fucking mud wrestling with silicone-titted bimbos because he's sexually frustrated, and he wants the internet fans to think he's great because they're the ones that he can listen to. Because the other fans, the ones that pay all the money for all the tickets, they're cheering the stars. And guess what? He ain't a star. He's not on TV. He's a writer. Maybe he can fix that. Maybe, just maybe. Because the internet people are stroking him enough that the other marks, the ones running the fucking multi-million-dollar company in Atlanta, they don't know the fucking difference. He convinces them that he's responsible for Vince McMahon's success. Vince McMahon was a millionaire before he met Vince Russo. He had Stone Cold Steve Austin. He had The Rock. He had The Undertaker. He had the best announcer. He had the best television studio. He had the best office staff. They got the smartest secretaries, for God's sake. It's a well-oiled machine run by one individual who, Vince McMahon, in my opinion of the greatest wrestling we've ever seen is vastly different, and we know that. But you know what? I learned that there is something in his, I do not like that. I do not like that style of wrestling, but I learned there's something in Vince McMahon's favorite statement. Chocolate, vanilla. Which one is the best? Okay, can I be mad at you for liking chocolate? I don't want to see, I don't want that fucking chocolate near me. But if you like the fucking chocolate, eat the goddamn chocolate, as long as I get my vanilla. So I got my vanilla now, and he's got his chocolate. Okay, I can deal with that. But, point being, Vince Russo didn't engineer that success. Vince Russo was a small part. The proof that isn't in the pudding is the fact that now he convinces the marks in Atlanta, well, I saved the WWF, so now you can give me a lot of money. What did I say when he left? I said, he's going to take their money until they send him home, and then they'll probably pay him anyway because they always do, and then he'll be out of the business in 2 years. What's he saying now? I'm going to be out of the business anyway. Because he knows. He raped the business for a bunch of fucking money. So anyway, here's how he quit. Vince McMahon goes to England for a pay-per-view. Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara, who's another fucking real winner, who made fun of Jim Ross's Bell's palsy that almost ended his career. Ed Ferrara's a goddamn piece of fucking shit, in my opinion. Ed Ferrara was the one who defended the fucking deal where Marlena, Terry, got knocked off the fucking ring and had a miscarriage. And I went up to him, I said, let me ask you a question. How did that add a rating point? How did that sell a ticket? How did that do anything but make a lot of people in the audience, probably out there live, and certainly some at home uncomfortable because it's happened to them? And if it happened to my girlfriend, I would come up if I knew you were the one and punch you in the fucking face for doing that. Well, I do it on Dallas. Ed, this is wrestling. It's neither fish nor fowl. They don't look at it like that. Sure, they may know it's fixed, predetermined, phony, staged, whatever you may say, but they still don't look at it like it's a genuine acting performance. But on the other side of the coin, you can't defend it either way, because if it was real, it's a horrible thing to happen. If it's fake, and she was just acting like she had a miscarriage, why? Because it doesn't serve any purpose. I said, basically, it's just bad taste, and it doesn't add anything. And it would make me real fucking mad if it was my girlfriend that it really happened to, that she got a fucking flashback and went to the bathroom crying, and I want to know who's responsible, and it's you, you pudgy little fat bastard, and I'll fucking choke you. I don't think I said fat bastard, but, you know, if I'd have been around when he did the JR thing, I would have punched him. I wouldn't even said fat bastard. I would have hit him in his fucking face, just because that's bullshit. So anyway, Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara, who are now butt buddies, who are joined at the hip, after they never even met each other until Ferrara was brought in from California somewhere because he once wrote Duckman. I don't fucking know. Maybe he once fucked Duckman. Maybe he once was Duckman. Anyway, they went to Vince goes to pay-per-view in England. I know I'm drawing this out, but fuck these fucking guys. And they fly to Atlanta and make the deal because, see, they're office employees. And one mistake Vince made was counting on some degree of loyalty, honesty, or at least fucking human kindness from guys that he's made a lot of money from. They go to Atlanta, they sign the contracts. They fly back to Connecticut, where they both live now. Vince Russo has a house in Trumbull or whatever the fuck it is.